All right, what's good, you guys? It's your boy, the unfortunate one, and my shoot this way, and my boy Jimmy Dukes, and we are
What's
doing,
up, guys?
we're doing our first collab co-stream type podcast because we're gonna be having like audio and video for you guys. So we have two different forms of content from you guys. But we're gonna be talking about the state of streaming. This is the first episode. We want to talk about today the changes that's going when it comes to streaming is in general, and we can pinpoint certain topics that have been hit, and then we want to talk about the mentality and the wear and tear it's taken on people, and we're just gonna keep going from there. But first off, man, thank you for taking this time out of your day. I know you're a busy man just like me, and it's hard to sometimes take time to do these things,
Nah,
but I
man.
appreciate you being here,
All
bro.
good, bro. I'm glad that we were able to. This is just something that we've always kind of. We wanted to do something together that was for us, but we just didn't know what.
Hmm.
And I think this was perfect. How you came up with the idea, and then we kind of just got it together, making sure. All right, let's do something that makes sense
Yep.
for us. That's outside of streaming, but yet still related to content creation, and also, I think since we have a certain amount of experience, I guess we can say we're not by all means we're not the all saying we're not doing this and making mad money and getting the crazy views, but we're very observative of what's going on and what's working and what's not working.
Hmm.
And I think we could be informative for a lot of people out there that might not think about these kind of things, especially for people that want to come up and try to do this kind of thing. And I think it's good to hear some good information, good and bad,
Yeah.
because you get to a certain point where you don't know what you want to do or what's working, what's not working, but maybe hearing it from somebody else can assure you or maybe think of a process that's a little bit different. Because I know we both said it, we watch other people to learn.
Bro, and then on top of that, like we don't beat around the bush, man. Like
Hmm.
we're gonna share our opinions with you guys, but it's gonna be raw. It's gonna be exactly what we feel, and it's not like we're trying to be confrontational. We're not trying to be assholes. It's just more of a like we're just being honest and straightforward because that's what I would want from people that are informing me. I don't want you to give me,
Hmm.
a half-assed answer or what's your opinion? Oh, I think this is what you want to hear. Like, yo, tell me what it is, man. So
Hmm.
like I like that we can do that because we can both be real and we're both another reason why I like doing these with you is because of the business mindset.
Hmm.
Like that's kind of one of the topics I want to talk about with us. Is like, how does this affect you and why based off of what motivates you? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like we're all going to be deflated differently by different things based off of what we want out of this. And it's not just streaming, it's life. You know what I mean? Like careers, hobbies, relationships, everything is like there's something you want out of it, but it's not the same for everybody. So, like the state of streaming is hard sometimes to pinpoint in the general aspect because everybody wants something different. And
Agreed.
so it's like, to talk about these is rough sometimes to pinpoint exactly what it is, but I think like based off of what we've been seeing lately, it's like we kind of can get a little general aspect of what's going on and then like how are people responding based off of what we've seen, and then we can only really after that speak on what we've done and see if anybody wants to
Yeah.
get motivated or inspired by it.
Yeah. Because yeah, well, obviously, I think that was a good point that you said. The state of streaming is changing every day, obviously, but if it goes either from numbers or just trends or what's working as far as like videos, shorts, reels, like what makes more sense, what do people want to see,
Mhm.
and just being aware of all the different things that are going on, because you mentioned it earlier, everybody has like a different goal and a different, like, what they want out of this. Like, what do you
Yeah.
want out of this? Obviously, some of us are like, hey, when you get to a certain point and you start seeing a little bit of money come in, that kind of turns the light bulb on. You know what I mean? Because some people might not realize this, but if you're a content creator or streamer and you're making a little bit of money, you're pretty much a business. I
Yeah.
mean, if
You
without
sign those
saying it or
taxes.
not, yeah, if saying it or not, you're self-employed, self job kind of thing. Even if from $50 a month to whatever a month or not, something, you're still getting paid for doing this. So even if it's just a hobby, you might learn a little bit of something as you start going through the process of seeing other people and just hearing things that work and don't work and whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's like, and actually the state like for saying that, let me adjust this real quick. For like bouncing off of what you said too, to kind of like go into our first step of just like what's changing and how it's affecting everybody. Because like the best way to start it off is how it's changed for us, right? Because like I can't really say this is how it changed these people because it's just off of what I've seen and assumption. But I mean, like I don't know how to phrase it. I'm trying to think how to phrase it. Let me see. It's just everybody started not everybody started with this grand scheme. I'm the best at what I'm doing. I'm just going to rise to the top. You know, people could want to do that, but when we all started streaming, we all started small. You know, some of us had no faith, like myself. I didn't have not like faith in the community. I just didn't have faith in myself. I was because I didn't take it as serious at first. I was like, I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna see how it goes because right now I really don't have any other options into my personal circumstance that's gonna be shared another day. I had circumstances that put me into taking a risk by doing this, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if it's gonna work. Then I started to see it work. I saw potential, and that came into motivation. Other people did it for a hobby just because they wanted people to talk to, and then they
Yep.
saw it to turn into something bigger and be like, holy crap, like this could turn into something. And then next thing you
Right.
know, it turns into something bigger and bigger and bigger. And some people, it's an avalanche. It just comes through like crazy. You blow up and it's boom, you that dude. And some people, it starts as a small little snowball that has to like roll down the hill. And it's,
Mm-hmm.
but eventually it'll get that momentum. But, like for us, I mean, both of us, you've been streaming longer than me. This is 2 years for me.
Yeah, I'm
I'm on
coming
my,
up on 3 years in April.
ooh, that's coming up quick, boy.
Yeah. Well, I started creating content in September 2019, but I didn't stream until April of 2020. That's
Yeah.
when I was like, I shifted, and we can go into that later. But as far as like what's happening now, we see a lot of different trends. A lot of numbers are dipping. People are not feeling as confident, or I've seen a lot of people just say, "Hey, you know what? This is not working out. I'm gonna take a break." Or people saying, "Hey, outreach is not working."
Yeah.
Notify. So I mean, I get it. And that's the things that we want to talk about is what's happening now as far as streaming. Like, what have we noticed is working, not working,
Yeah.
and you know, if you're the type of content creator or streamer that you're trying to always trying to level up, you got to kind of pay attention with what's working and trends and things like that. Because if I notice big things are happening and some of way bigger content creators are making certain changes, I pay attention,
Yeah.
because I myself and yourself, we're striving to do something with this. We have nothing bad to say about people who enjoy just this for friends or for networking or building friendships or communities. But I think that's why we get along so much is that we both are trying to strive to make this as a business, maybe possibly as a living, as a career, making okay money to take care of ourselves and our family,
Yep.
by just being ourselves and providing content that we enjoy doing and people enjoy watching.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that kind of goes into the drive. So like we can kind of jump into that, like bouncing off of what you just said. Like for us, like, a big thing was we both started like everyone had to pick a platform pretty much to start on. And we started on Facebook. And we noticed in the last few months there's just been a change into Facebook with the way it's outreached some people, majority of its community, but it's not the reason why I wanted to speak on this topic is because I've noticed a lot of colleagues are talking about how it's affecting them. I'm seeing it affect everybody, not just the streamer. It's affecting the viewers too. You know what I mean? It started off affecting viewers with the notifications, things like that, things that just don't go how we plan and take us out of our comfort zone. And that's where it really tests the waters for a community member on how supportive are you of your creator that you choose to support. And we can never dog them because at the end of the day it's a choice, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But for them it's like, dang, do I really want to support this cat? I'm not getting notifications. Am I really going to go out of my way to do this for mans? Because now the notices aren't coming in for me, or whatever it may be, that may be the hardship they're facing. It tests the waters for them to be like, yo, is this something I really want to do every day? And then the ones that do will be here, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then for us as content creators, we deal with our lags and all the things that we have to deal with, and it tries us to be like, why are you really doing this? And that's why I've always been upfront and transparent with my community. It's like the first tip I'm going to give anybody: you cannot put up a front and then change that front when you get something you want. You gotta be who you are from start to finish, because when things like this happen, Now everyone's going to see what you really are about.
Mhm.
Because I can say it's not about this, it's not about that. And then when it comes up and then I'm stressing about it, people be like, oh, it is about that. So you lying. And you know what I'm saying? Or
Mhm.
things like, you know what I'm saying? You have to be true to yourself and transparent, let people know this is what we're facing, this is what we're going through. And I feel like that's something both of us have been really good at. You know what I'm saying? And I just noticed lately the mental toll has been taking on everybody has been crazy. Streaming was a huge thing and blew up when COVID hit because everybody was
Mhm.
stuck at home. COVID's
Yeah.
dying off. People are going back into social, being out and having a social life again besides just social media. It's actual physical interactions, one-on-one, face-to-face type joints, and people are getting out more, touching grass, you know what I'm saying, all that shit. And it is pulling away from viewership. And
Mhm.
it's not just affecting little streamers. Everyone across the board is being affected. Every platform. It's not just one is plummeting. They all are. They're all
Mhm.
taking a hit. And it's just like, you know, rumors about, oh, this place is going to go down, or these guys aren't going to last, or this isn't this, that's not that, this is the new wave, or this isn't start to go because of chaos and everyone doesn't know what to do and panic. And when that happened, I kind of like I got sick when everything started like kind of like quote unquote shit hit the fan. And I just kind of sat back and watched for a moment. It was like, oh, so this is what's going on. Okay, that happened, that happened, that happened. Okay, this person just quit. Okay, this person's just jumped ship. This person switched over. I was like, okay, so when I come back, what the hell am I gonna do to stand out? Because at this point, for me, like you said, it's a business.
Mhm.
It's not just some fun, cracked out hobby I want to do. Hey, watch me be trash at Fortnite. Like, no, like we are building something here. We've changed lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless if we're top tier level for content creation, having millions of followers or not, in the communities that we've built are very tight knit, and people's lives have literally been affected by it in some form or
Mhm.
fashion. And that's not something I take lightly. So it's like, what am I gonna do to show my people that we still got this? We're still gonna keep rocking. We're not gonna give up, and we're gonna
Yeah.
keep going and keep growing. You know what I'm saying? And that's where like what motivates you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I could sit here and preach all day, like, my kids, I got a family to take care of, I got a family to feed. This is my only job. This is what I'm doing. But like we all have something different. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like, at this moment, I haven't even asked you, man. I'd love to ask you, like at this moment in your state of streaming and what's going down with everything with all the platforms, what you got going on in your personal life versus what you going on camera, what is motivating you the most? And what is, if you care to share, what's weighing on you the most?
Obviously, one of the things that I pride myself on, and I'll say it all the time, is my consistency. I feel like by just being consistent, I've worked myself to be okay mentally, and as far as like when things aren't going my way or like projects or streams aren't like they're not hitting, and I get it. The thing is that I don't let it deter the path that I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
Because once numbers hit or things aren't working, you're losing supporters. And I told you the other day, and this is just me. I feel out for those people out there that are full time.
Yeah.
I could easily say, "Hey, I don't care about the numbers because I have a full time job." But
Yeah.
somebody that is pursuing this and has to be live and be keeping up and everything like that. I am doing everything like that, but the numbers and financially doesn't affect me. So it's easy for me to sit here and say, hey, my mental health when it comes to that is good because
Mm-hmm.
yes, I do this and I'm serious about it. And I take everything that I do serious as far as, putting out good content, being consistent, reels every day, shorts every day. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
even though I'm doing all that and nothing's happening, I still keep doing it. And I don't let it bother me because I know in the long run, if I watch streamers that have been successful, they're talking about, hey, I remember 10 years ago, like here we are talking about 2.5 years, 3 years, and we're over here bitching about things not working. And you have somebody that, oh, I've been doing this consistently for 6, 7 years before I even started making a grand a month or whatever, or
Yeah.
had my first supporter. So I think that the path is there, the blueprint is there, but you said it earlier, life happens. And is this important enough to where like I can just keep striving to do it? Do I make time for this? I've seen a lot of content creators, you know what? This is not working out. I'm just putting too much time into this. And that's okay. I'm not saying that that's bad, but when things come like this, then you kind of adjust your life and you kind of reassess like what's important. You know what? I really want to stream and push this, but it doesn't make sense for me right now. I got to focus on my family. I got to work. I don't got time for this. So I'm not trying to hate on anybody, but
Yep.
I mean, everybody has a different path and everybody has a different journey. I never hate on anybody that's trying to do this or wants to do this or has done it before or came back. I never talk shit about anybody. But one thing I have seen that does work, if you're consistent, no matter what it is, once a week, twice a week, a reel a day, a video a week. If you're constant like that and knowing that you let your community know that, hey, I'm still doing this and I appreciate the support. As long as you know where you're at and being realistic with yourself, I think your mental health will be a lot better for
Hmm.
sure.
No, yeah, that's definitely I agree with
Hmm.
that wholeheartedly. Like, because like people, and then like like business tactics are different than like like you said, mentality. There's a different bit like business tactics we may not agree with people on, and that's cool. Like so you're when you're self-employed and you have your own business, your business tactics are going to be based off of your mentality and your state of mind. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
When you're running a big business with mad people and you have a corporation, now there's a lot of different factors that are taken into play, that it's not just how you feel or what you're going through, because you can take that time away and let somebody come in and handle business while you're gone. For this, we
Hmm.
can't. When
Yep.
I'm sick, I don't got anybody that can sit here and stream in my desk and do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Consistently to the way that I do it, to the standard I've created. Like, no, this is me. Like, if I'm not here, nobody else is.
Yep.
And some like you said, when some people have to walk away because of, hey, this just isn't it for me, or you know what, I've been grinding. I've seen some people's posts about like, I've just been doing everything I can. I'm just not seeing the numbers that I want to see, and it's just not fruitful for me right now. That's realistic. You
Yeah.
know what?
It's true.
I'm why, and then like make it, and like sometimes you could be like, oh well, you don't want to say that because nah, man. Like at the end of the day, you gotta do what's best for you. Even if you have a
Yeah.
community, if it's not what's best for you, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. So it's
Yep.
like seeing this, and I was like, okay, seeing a lot of people coming out, man. I've seen mad books get written about mental health, bro. Last year was a mental health, just a lot of people lost that battle.
Hmm.
We've lost. I've seen some people unfortunately no longer on this earth because of their mental health. Um, rest in peace to them. But it's like there's a lot of people that just things may have changed and become a little bit standoffish. Just like I'm just kind of the more introverted, and then they come out and be like, yo, I've just been going through a lot. This has been affecting me. You don't even know that they're going through it. Like I've been
Yeah. And this
seeing
is
a
not
lot
just
of people.
content creation, not streaming. This is just life.
Everything. Yeah. And
Hmm.
I've been seeing it more in content creators, but like
Yeah,
it's
because
just
we're
across the
around that
board.
space. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're around that space more. So I know
Yeah.
I saw one big content creator that he was a partner, and he was like, you know what, guys, I am taking a break. I
Hmm.
stopped, and he admitted it's like kept doing things that was working for numbers, but it was never doing things that I wanted to do. I had to keep doing this because of the numbers, because of this, because of that, and I think that was the and I think it's a good point we were saying here is that it's trending is different.
Yep.
Like if you're streaming, and this is just my opinion, if you're streaming more than like 20 hours, 30 hours a week, grinding and like just forcing yourself to stream, I think that's tough on yourself. And I think that you can manage your time a lot better if you would just reassess what you want to do, unless you really just want to stream that much. But I've noticed that a lot of people have been streaming less, but the growth has still been the same because of their off stream content, because of the different things they're doing. They don't have to sit on the chair 8, 10 hours a day and feel like I have to stream 40 hours a week because that's what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. I mean, bro, and this is what I peeped. Yo, look at the Facebook, Twitch, affiliate, level up, and partner requirements. They don't say 40 hours a week.
Nope.
Some of them be like 20 hours a month. Like, they're not,
Minimum.
yeah. Like all you
A
have to
lot of the
do is
time is
this.
X amount of numbers and engagement.
Yeah, that's
If
it.
you can stream for 3 hours a night and have a crazy CCV and have a crazy amount of people coming in and out, I think the quality of your content will get better if you could just minimize like your sweet spot. I think one thing I have been noticing, and this is me personally, I started streaming a month ago seriously on Twitch, Monday through Friday for an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending, right? And I just at first it was kind of like and then I got the affiliate, and then little by little I just kept going, and it's steady. You know what I mean? I'm not crazy with
Yeah.
dummy follows and supporters, but it's there because I'm consistent. So I'm like, all
Mhm.
right, cool. 1 hour a week on Twitch. That's 5 hours a week or 7 hours a week on Twitch, and then I
Yeah.
do 3 or 4 hours depending a night on Tuesdays and Thursday nights for me. So I'm still under 20 hours a week. And I feel like I'm doing better now streaming less than I was trying to do 4 or 5 hour streams every time I streamed.
Yeah. No, exactly. Nah, it's true. And it's a like you said, balance. You know what I'm saying? It's balance. And it's like why I started looking at it was overindulgence. You know what I'm saying? It's overindulgence and oversaturation when it comes to just like, okay, if you're streaming for a long, long time, every single day, 6 to 8 hours, hard body, you're not gonna really have that oomph. People aren't gonna be like, oh snap, Jimmy's live. Cause they'd be like, ah man, you know what? He'll be live tomorrow for 10 hours. I'll catch him
Yep.
eventually. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're like dropping a video, it's like that's all they're gonna get for that. You know what I'm saying? You stream a little bit less often, and be like, oh snap, like Jimmy's not often, he's not on every 8, 10 hours. He's on for only 2 or 3. I need to get in here. Say what's goody, you know what I'm saying? And then like you become more wanted, more missed when it comes to
Yeah.
live content, but you satisfy and sustain everybody's appetite with the offline content, with the
I
VODs,
think
with the
yeah.
reels, everything like that.
Yep.
It's like a
I think
snack.
that yeah, I think that's a good point because I think, and this is just me, and that I learned this from other people, guys. Don't It's not like I came up with it. You know what I mean? I watch medium size partners on Facebook or on Twitch, and I watch or on YouTube, and I watch what they're doing. If these guys are streaming 1 or 2 hours a day, or 2 3 hours a day, but they're putting out 1 or 2 videos a day, 1 or 2 reels a day, it's just kind of like you're still working,
Hmm.
but you're just not online. And it's hard for a lot of people thinking that I have to be online to grow. I have to be streaming to grow.
Yeah.
Like you can grow a lot more if you would just focus off on the off stream content, because when you make those reels and videos, people show up to your stream. But you got to be consistent with your stream. So they if you say, "Hey, I'm on at this time," and they go to check and you're not on, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? So it goes back to where like, what do you want out of this? Do you want
Yep.
to just go live and hope somebody watches you when you go live? Then cool, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're not worried about the numbers and the growth, and you stream when you want casually and make a community and everybody's hanging out, hey, that's great. But if you want to grow and try to be consistent and keeping up with everybody else that's doing the same damn thing and you're not, then it's tough.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think a lot of people were hitting that wall. We're like, well, I'm doing everything and it's not working. Was like, well, you know what? People might not like you as much as you think you are. Just because you're putting in the work, it doesn't mean you're gonna get it out.
Exactly.
And that's a tough thing that a lot of people have to come to realization. Like, hey, man, I wanted to do this, but as much as I put into it, it just wasn't working for me. Not
Yeah.
everybody could be great content creator. Not everybody could be a basketball star. Not everybody could be badass at business or numbers or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I think when everybody's more, and this goes back to the whole mental health, if you're more realistic with what you're trying to do and what you're putting out, I think it'll help you mentally help, first of all. You know what I mean? And second of all, you're more ideal with how you want to drive this vehicle forward. Like, do I want to just focus on streaming and then just streaming and this all I do and I'm okay with it? Cool. Then I can't complain people about not showing up. I can't complain about this. I can't complain about that. Because if everybody's doing everything under the sun, reels every day, VODs every day, shows, collabs, streams, if they're doing all of that and they're doing okay, if you're not doing that, you're not gonna grow. It just
Yeah.
you're not.
Everybody
Yep.
streams. Everybody
Everybody streams.
streams.
You go to Twitch, you go to the front page. There's guys playing guitar. 1,000 people in there.
There was
That fool's
somebody.
playing
Yeah,
guitar for 2 hours, tearing it up. Boom.
dude, there
That's
was
all he
somebody
does.
painting with their foot. They had a damn paintbrush in
There's
between their
there's
toes
there's a commu-
painting.
there's a community for everybody, but the thing is that you're not going to be as big as you think you are or you want to be.
Yeah.
But you have to be realistic with that. It's like what, like for me, it's like whenever you find your niche and you're comfortable with doing that, I get so many people that are like, dude, you're fucking funny. You had this video and blah blah blah. That's what I want to do. That's my goal. My goal is to make people laugh. I have my moments where I'm dope. I have my moments where I'm terrible, but I'm always having fun and I'm putting shit out there that people like watching. So that's what
Absolutely.
people get come back to watch. You know what I mean? I'm not getting nukes. I'm not getting 20 kills a game on Warzone. I'm
Yeah.
not tearing it up on Apex. I'm not ranked in fucking platinum or diamond or any of that shit. I'm not trying to be that. So the people that have been following me and enjoy what I put out, I'm comfortable with that. That's my zone. You know, and a lot of people are having a hard time trying to find that zone because they're trying to do what everybody else is doing and hoping it works for them.
Exactly. And I mean, and that's the step. That's step one, man. Is you have to know who you are, and that's not just. And this is and like these are like some of these things that we're sharing with you guys. For anybody that's watching, just know like what
Or
we're
listening.
telling you or listening. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good. Yeah. It's. This isn't just streaming. Like, well, as creators, you know, people don't realize as creators, one, we're human beings with our own lives that we have to maintain off camera. You know what I mean? And like, you know, everybody comes in with these, you know, the woes that you're facing and the things that you're dealing with and come to us for like guidance or things like that. As we grow, there's more and more of that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
like the things like this that we can do to give you guys tips in the video and try to motivate you guys, like take these things to heart because it's not we're not just talking about streamers. You know what I'm saying? The state of streaming is the topic, but a lot of the things that we talking about in the state of streaming can be brought into your everyday
Yeah,
lives.
related. Yep.
You
In
know what I mean?
general, like, hey, you're out there busting your butt trying to make the basketball team. You go out there and throw free throws. You don't think
Yeah.
that go out there and throw free throws every day, you make 100 in a row. You don't think you're gonna be a better shooter. You know what I mean? You don't sit there and work on
Oh yeah.
off-stream content, network with the right type of people. You're not going to be a better content creator. That doesn't mean you're going to make more money or have a bigger following, but you just got to always push yourself to do things when you're not comfortable. That's when I think a lot of people have a hard time when it's going rough.
Yep.
That's when you see where people are like, "Well, fuck. Well, maybe this isn't for me." You know what I mean? Which is fine. You know what I mean? But I pride myself in you. Like we have steadily since I've known you for about a year and a half, I don't think you've ever dipped off for more than a week or two, and that's because of family stuff or what you had going on in your life. It's
Yeah.
never like, oh, 1 or 2 months, hey, I'm back. What up, everybody? Oh, nobody's coming back. Well, what do you think? Like
Or hey,
you know
I'm
what I
going
mean?
to a whole different platform. I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we get it. Sometimes you gotta go to another platform, but there's a way to go about that. And I do want to
Mm-hmm.
talk about how to do that
Mm-hmm.
because I
Maybe
feel
on the
like,
next episode.
yeah, exactly. I want to talk about that's one topic that I want to talk about with us is how to cross was like how to change how to like cross platforms without losing your community because that is something that I see a lot of people attempt to do and I see a lot of people fail and it's just the way that you do it and it just the community is very sensitive. It doesn't matter what type of community you have. I don't know why I'm doing this, but what type of community you have, like just pinching my nips on here, but like, it don't matter. It's like don't matter what type of community you have.
But they're sensitive like my nipples.
Yeah, exactly.
Stupid dog.
Bro, but it's so true though. Like they are like,
Mhm.
and I'm not talking, trash about communities and stuff like that. It's not that. It's just like
You get
it.
them you're used to one thing and then you're just gonna flip a switch and expect them to just show up.
Yeah. And it's yeah, exactly. And the community is sensitive to certain things like about like, things you post. Like, you wanna like like there's people that like don't want like mind your business mentality. Why the hell are you a public entity? Because now everything you do, you got eyes on you. So you can't be all mind your business. You asked for this the moment you became a public entity. You know what I'm saying? So like the things that you say that can affect people. Like there's sometimes I was talking to Green in my stream the other day, and I was like, "Yo, like you guys." He was talking about streaming with his kid, and I was like, "Yeah, yo, like it's dope that you do that. You got it. I think it's good to add that diversity because everyone sees you doing the same thing." Show them your dad's side. You know what I'm saying? Show them how you play with your kid, how you teach your kid how to handle losing a match, or how do you teach your kid how to stay a good sport when they win and not trash other people. How like you got to teach. How are you as a father? It's a different form of content. And I was like, dude, I was like, you have to switch it up because I was like, because yo, They don't care about us. And I
Yeah.
wasn't talking about our communities, but people are like, oh, the Tug Bob loves you. I was like, I didn't say it like that. So it's stuff like that. People are like, wait, I love you. Or like people that go in and they'll be like, yo, I'm just, this ain't hitting it for me. You know, Facebook, like, I'm not getting the views I want. I'm not getting this that I want. I'm not getting that I want. I'm going to Twitch, or on Twitch. I'm not getting this. I'm going to Facebook. I'm going to YouTube. The people that are there every day are going to be like, well, damn, what am I, chopped liver? And then you can lose those people. Why? People come to us sometimes broken. You know what I'm saying? And the way that we give them that warmth of welcoming helps these people mend that. And then that's how we get lifelong loyalties. You know what I'm saying?
I,
And it, oh, good. What happened?
no, no, I was just saying that that's a good point because that's when you are transparent to a certain extent, as far as it's not like anything super personal that you shouldn't be talking about. I mean, you will organically
Yeah.
build a community that genuinely will get to know you. Like some of the people that come into our streams, we get to know them. We play games with them. We don't just play with other content creators or streamers. Like we end up playing with more the people we meet that are in our communities than I do it with anybody else, which is cool because you get to know these people. You get to know what they do, what they don't do, their work schedules, just like they know my work schedules and shit like that. So like, hey,
Yep.
what's up, bro? How you been? How the girls doing? Hey, that's great, man. Did you end up getting that job? Fuck yeah, you know, because you're genuinely getting to know people, and I think if a lot of people will sit back and then try to enjoy the ride instead of trying to look at the destination, I think that that's a lot better with the whole the hardship of your mental like state of mind as far as like when it comes to this. Like if you're always trying to like I'm trying to get here. I need to get to 1,000. We're almost at 2,000, guys. We're almost like that
You're
state
gonna
of
wear
like
everybody out.
that wears you out and wears everybody else out because you're just trying to like you're trying to just get there all the time. You're trying to just get there, get there, get there. And I think that's another thing that we wanted to bring up is just some of the other things that we've noticed is that a lot of things that are people are doing hoping that it works, it doesn't work. Like out of nowhere, I don't know if it's been me or you, man, or me, but I've seen more follow for follow than ever before than I started. I have seen more groups for follow. I've seen posts, hey, follow all those people and do a thumbs up. And then if they do a thumbs up, you go follow them. You know, that's great. If you want to go down that line, great. But I don't want to be a part of that because I'm gonna get 5 to 1,000 people that are just following me just to follow me, and
But they're
I'm
never
not
there.
get, and they're never there. I don't care about the numbers. They're like, hey, damn, Jimmy, you're at 2.5, you're at almost at 3K. I don't care. I don't care about the follower numbers. I'm trying to find people that want to support what I got going on as a content creator, as a channel, as a community. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? I want the people that want to come around and come back. Hey, if you come and go when you can and say what's up, hey, all good. I'm not trying to talk shit about anybody who comes by and says what's up. You know, I have no ill will toward anybody, but if I'm getting 1,000 people to follow me just because I liked one post and all these people follow me and they don't come, it's bloating my numbers to where like, damn, Jimmy has 10K, but he only has like 5 people in his stream. You know, I don't want that. I don't
Yeah.
want to be part of. I don't want to be part of that because it's not genuine. It's not me. It's not genuine. If people want to follow me because they want to follow me, great. If they want to follow me just to follow me, great. But I'm more focused about the community that wants to be here. You
And
know
that's
what I
true,
mean?
man. It's yeah, it's true. Like when I first started, the numbers did they were pretty to me. The numbers were shiny because it was like, oh man, I
It's
didn't
a
think I was
badge
gonna
of
get
like I made
anything.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it
I
was
can't
like,
believe I got to 500. Like you can get 500 in a day if you wanted to, if you just went to a follow for follow thing. But
yeah,
organically getting like followed and genuinely meeting people along the ride is way more meaningful.
bro, yeah, dog. And like, and it's like, so like right now, perfect example is our Facebook and our Twitch follower to engaged viewer, percentage. You know what I'm saying? Like on Facebook, like I didn't even realize. I think yesterday I'm gonna make a post just so they see it, but like we just hit 1,700, which is like, oh cool. I don't have 1,700 people up in my shit. I don't even have half that number. I don't even have a quarter, and I'm not bitching
Yep.
about it. It's just the
Yeah.
fact of it is what it is. It's just a number now. The
Yep.
only numbers that matter, I think you said, and I heard before too, is 100 and 5,000, like you said.
Here on Facebook.
That's it.
100 to get level up and 5,000 to get your stickers. After
That's
that,
it.
these numbers don't matter. The people that are coming in and going to your streams and watching your reels, those are the people that you should focus on, not the people
Exactly.
that that you're trying to chase all these high ass numbers. And this is just our opinion, guys. We ain't talking shit. If you're doing this and that's what you want to do, go for it. And if it's
Hmm.
working for you guys, great. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that don't do it, but if you think that that's a strategy that you want to do and it's working for you, then great. You know, I can't sit here and say that I didn't do that. In the beginning, I was on those groups. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'm trying to get to 100. You want to help me? Yeah, yeah, we got you, Jimmy. Hey, go follow all these people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I started getting there, and after a while, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting all these numbers. Yeah, yeah, that shit's dope. But nobody ain't showing up. Ain't nobody liking my reels. Ain't nobody liking my videos. It's just kind of like, okay, I'm getting out there, and people are following me, which is great. But what you ultimately want to do as a content creator is get people to come back.
Yep.
You know, my buddies, shout out to my boy Cam, man. My boy Cam the other day was like, damn, man. People say you're dope and shit like that. You're like Olive Garden, though. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, people like will go there, but like once a month or once a year. You have great quality food. The service is great, but they ain't eating there every day. I was like, damn, I didn't think about that. He's like, yeah, you got a lot of people that like you, but not everybody comes back all the time. And I was like, you know what? That's true, but it's not a bad thing. It
I
is
hurt
what it
my
is. Like,
feelings, but it's okay.
yeah, yeah,
I was
you
like,
know,
yo,
but like,
Jimmy's the shit, man. I'll punch you in the face. No, I'm just kidding.
right? But you know, it's that way. And a lot of people, if you're more realistic about that, knowing that, hey, I put out good content, and if people don't come back, people don't come back. It's okay.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? People get so caught up in what you don't have instead of focusing on what you do have. You know what I
exactly.
mean? And then this goes perfect to our segue to our next topic is just staying positive while moving forward. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like,
I
what are
was
some of
just
the
about to
things?
say that. Yep,
Yeah, man.
exactly.
Some of the things that just keeps you going, man? Like, what are some of the things that keep you? We've talked about this as a community and things like that, but it's true.
Yeah, it's and that's the thing too. What you were saying, like the numbers don't matter because like a big refresher for me on even this positivity moving forward has been this addition of Twitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say transition because I'm not switching over to Twitch. It's just I'm adding Twitch to my repertoire. It's another store that I'm starting to put my product in. You know what I mean? And the numbers there are refreshing. And it's not like I'm focusing on the numbers. I just see the numbers. And it's just like, okay, here, my numbers are way more organic. You know what I'm saying? If I got 100 followers, we're getting a lot of people that pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a lot of people that pull up. Our viewage matches that. So it's like I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Like this feels a little bit more realistic because I'm starting fresh over. The people that we're bringing over is our community that is like loyal enough to come over, and then we're gaining some people. And it's like, okay, cool, but these people, like you said, are coming back, and that's what's refreshing. I'm like, notifications are working over there, and people are coming back, and I've been seeing that. It's been really refreshing. Like,
Hmm.
communities, a big refresher for me and a big positive thing for me that I like to see is going live and people updating you about their life. Because I don't go live for me anymore. I never really did, but I don't do it more now than before. Like when I went live in the beginning, I was like, all right, I gotta go live because I gotta make sure I get this out for them. I want them to like me. Because that's how we first start. I gotta make sure that people like me because after they don't like me, they don't come back type shit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Now I'm like, I'm gonna go live. We're just gonna vibe. And that's why, like, now I start my streams off, and it's been a huge positive influence for us. It's like, yo, life sucks sometimes. We get it. But
Yep.
if you come into anybody's stream and just start complaining about your life, it's not helping anybody. It didn't make you feel better, and it just killed that entire vibe. But if you coming in here, you got some stuff weighing on you, and I'm like, yo, everybody in here, let me know something positive that happened in your life today. Yo, did you help somebody today? Or did you witness something cool today? Or whatever. And I've been starting to see people are like really getting into it, and I'm seeing people are engaging with it, and they're like, yo, like this happened, and then other people are like, yo, that's cool. And the biggest thing for me, my biggest motivation that I have that I've always kind of had is my community. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like it is, my community can stay small. I can get 55 million followers and still keep this small group of community and be happy with the way that we have, like with the ideal we've built. You know what I'm saying? Because like what you said perfectly about, your community is going to be centered around who you are, because you're the like they're coming into your community. They don't get
Hmm.
together when I'm not live. They get together when I'm live. You know, and then some of them, yeah, they do link up, and I've seen people chop it up in Discord now. People, I'm seeing people play together, and I'm like, oh, that's fire. But
Hell yeah,
we,
I love seeing that. I'm like, hey, you're over there playing
yeah,
with so and so. Fuck yeah! I'm glad that
yeah,
I was the center point for you to meet somebody and be like, hey, I never have anybody to play games with. Neither do I. Hey, dope, let's play. You know, just like that. By you just being the focal point of the community
yep,
and just getting people involved and y'all get to know each other. Yeah, like people show up because you're live, but eventually, I like one thing that I say in the chat when I see people talking amongst each other, that's cool. I
I
enjoy that
love that.
because I love that. I don't feel like I need to be the center of conversations. People are having side conversations all the time in my chats, which is great, which is cool. And I'm all like, what are you guys talking about? What the fuck? Oh, really? Damn, that's crazy.
And
You know
sometimes
what I
them
mean?
combos be hilarious, and
Yeah,
and it's
man.
content in itself. Just reading comments, like the
Hmm.
stuff people say is just as funny as the stuff that we say. And that's why I
Hmm.
like it because, like you said, they're geared around us, our sense of humor they're gonna have, you know, our likes and dislikes they're gonna have, the ideals that we want to have they're
Hmm.
gonna have. You know what I'm saying? And like the thing what you said, being the focal point of a community does not mean you have to be the focal point of attention, because
Well said.
as you know, like as you grow everyone's going to want your attention anyways, and you're going to get stressed out trying to
Uh
respond
huh.
to everybody.
Yep.
It's not going to happen. And then if you sit here and you try to make that your focal point that, yo, talk to me, you're not
Yeah.
going to be able to keep up. And then people are going to expect that of you, and you're going to fall short very fast.
Yeah.
And it's just going to become a train wreck. You're just the focal point of starting the group. You're just starting the group. You're the kindling to the fire. That's what you are. And the fire is your community, and they will burn as long as you keep it kindled. That's
Hmm.
all you got to do.
Yep.
You
Because
know,
if you fade and it happens when people fade and the energy's not there or maybe they just don't want to do this no more, and then you try to come back, people are like, well, I found somebody else. They gave me that oomph and wanting to be around. You know what I
that's
mean?
what she
I don't
said.
know how many. Eh. But yeah. So I mean, I've seen where people are like, hey, so and so stopped playing and now they're over here and now they're over there, and it's cool that we're not like when it comes to our communities, and you've said this before too, and I like the fact that this is why we get along so much. My community is my community and your community is your community, but we share a lot of people that are in our community, so all of us are just one big ass gaming community, a bunch of sub communities. We're a bunch like we're one nation with a bunch of million tribes that all get along. And I think once you see other content creators fucking with each other, they will genuinely support each other because hey, you're cool with Miko, there's a reason you're cool with him. Hey, you're cool with Green, because there's a reason. You're cool with Chazby Gaming, there's a reason. You're cool with Hood Gaming, because there's a reason. You're cool with fucking Cherry Potter for a reason. If they speak highly of you back and forth, those people will see that you generally like them and will be like, well, maybe I should go check them out. Or maybe, and things like that. That's how I feel like
Yep.
organically you get people because I'm not worried. I never tell anybody, hey, go follow so and so. Go follow so and so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see them here in the chat? Go follow them. I never say that. I say, hey, yo, this person does this and this. If you want to go check them out, go check them out. They got this vibe. I genuinely like them. If you like them, go check them out. You know what I mean? Because
Yep.
you said it before. Supportage is a choice. People don't have to follow you. People don't have to come back. It's their decision to want to come back. What makes them come back? Is it the community? Is it gameplay? It's
Yep.
whatever you got going on is what's going to get them to come back. And I think if once you find out what you're okay with that, I think that will help you as a content creator. And if you're in a community, you look forward to showing up to streams and watching other people. You know what I mean? I get a lot of people that every time I'm on, they will fucking sit there and watch for as long as I'm on. What I mean, I just
They'll
want to shout
sit
out
there.
my boy. I want to shout out my boy Samson, man. That fool will, when I come on, that fool will say, "What's up?" And I'm leaving. All right, guys, I'll see y'all later. Hey, man, see you later. He wasn't saying shit all the whole time, but he'll say things, and things
Let you
like
know he's
that,
there.
things like that will like, this is dope. You know what I mean? I generally have people that want to watch, are enjoying what's going on. If they're here for 1 minute, 30 minutes, they're enjoying what we got going on. And I think, and that goes back to what staying positive and keeps them moving forward. If I see one or two likes on a reel and say, hey, that was great, I did my job. My
Facts.
goal is never like, I need this reel to hit 1,000 views. My goal is to hit 10 likes on this post. if I'm getting those likes and it's the same likes over and over again, I know that those are the core people that are generally wanting
Pulling
to
up.
see the content. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's what I'm focusing. I'm focusing on the people. And this was last year. I had 3 goals and I completed them, and they were all goals that were in my hands. One was be consistent. I'll, I mean, as far as like,
You've killed that, dog.
I'm not saying numbers wise. I'm not saying how many followers I got in a year, how many hours I stream. I'm saying, hey, I'm gonna be on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Facebook. I can go back and look, and I can see that I probably missed maybe a handful of days on those days. Hey, I'm gonna do this, and I did it, and it was in my power to do it.
Hmm.
So I stayed consistent. The second one was focus on the people that are here, not the people
Yep.
that are not here. Focus on that. That's something that I can control. And then the third thing, which was in my control but wasn't, but it worked out, and we talked about this on our other podcast, the supporter button. We all got it. Hey, great, thanks. I didn't earn it, but I got it. So thank you, Facebook, and that's it. So those were my 3 goals. So this goal this year is the same thing. Focus on consistency, focus on the people that want to be here, and then my goal, my personal goal is to try to get monetized on YouTube. What am I doing to get monetized on YouTube? I'm putting out a reel every day. I'm making VODs. I'm doing videos like this. I'm doing podcasts. That's stuff that I can do. I don't need the community to be like, I need you guys to go do this. I need you. Like, you asking
Exactly.
so much of your community is so tiresome for a lot of people. Like, every time I show up, you're wanting me to do this. You're wanting me to do that. It's kind of like, hey, I just want to come in here and watch you get your ass kicked on Warzone for a little bit and laugh.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
that's
I don't feel
bro,
like
per
I
dog.
don't have to go to
Yes.
all your shit, and I just say, hey man, please consider checking me out over here. These are people that are coming in and wanting and watching you, choosing to be there, and you're demanding all this shit from them, and what are you giving back to them other than
Bro,
hey, go watch this,
yes.
go watch this, go watch this, follow me here, follow me. I'm like, hey, if y'all like this, go check me out over here. We're trying to conquer this. If you guys want to check, I would greatly appreciate it. I think like if that approach is more, you're more human like. You're not just demanding all this shit from people that are who are already just showing up for you. You know what I mean? It just, my community keeps me
Exactly.
positive, and my consistency keeps me positive. And we can go into this on another episode, because the state of streaming is not also what's going on while streaming. It's things that we have going on in our lives. Like, outside that door, I
Bro,
got a family.
it affects.
You know
It
what I mean? I
affects
got I
everything.
got 2 kids. I got a wife. I got a job. I got a lot of things that are going on, but I balance all that shit to do this. And a
Yep.
lot of people have a hard time getting all that situated to do this. And that's something we can get into in another episode, man. But I think we covered a lot this episode as a first one, guys. I think
Yeah,
mental hardship is
definitely.
real.
Oh yeah.
It is real. Regardless what you guys got going on out there, streaming or not streaming, in life in general, like, one thing we learned, I think, this past 2 years is talk to somebody.
You
Say
got
something.
to, man. You
Say
got to.
something. Don't it's the macho thing is out the fucking window, guys. You know what I mean? The macho thing's out the window, and I think that it's important to get things off your chest. And you said it earlier. I became introvert the past 2.5 years of being at home, but you know, my wife was like, "Hey, you don't want to do shit anymore," because I was like, "Yeah, I just want to be home and focus on this." But that's not good either. You know what I mean? Me wanting to do this all the time on my free time isn't good. I should be hanging out with my kids outside. I should be hanging out with my friends. I should be going out on dates with my wife. You know what I mean? I should have fun outside of just in this room. I think a lot of people got to find that balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
The balance is
if
important.
mhm.
And like one
so
thing I wanted to hit on too, based off what you said before I forget, is everyone's palate's different. What you was talking about with people coming in and they were like uh what you said earlier about how people come in and they like different things, they like different content creators. It's a palette, and as humans
Mhm.
our palette changes.
Yep.
There's like what you eat and what you like now is not what you liked 10 years ago. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And granted, 10 years is a long time, but for like this type of entertainment, it's a different type of palette. It's gonna change. And
Yep.
it's like for me, let's say I like chicken wings. One of my favorite things to eat. I love chicken wings. I'm not gonna go get chicken wings at this restaurant because they don't make them as well as they do at this restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like all these different things that we have different palates, but we have preferences of our palate. And it's
Mhm.
like that's what these people all the communities are consumers of of the entertainment we provide them and the content that they consume from us. And it's different. Some people like more horror, some people like more funny, some people like the sweat modes, some people like these things. There's different things, and just because you like that doesn't mean that I'm the best one to provide that for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what you said about all these communities, man. There's some people that'll pull up to my streams when I'm playing certain games, when I'm doing certain things, but then when I'm doing other stuff, that's just not their forte. And
Yep.
then that day, you're streaming, and they'll all be over there. Why? Because that's their palette, and you are
And you gotta
appetizing their
be
palette, and
and you gotta be okay with that too.
you
You
have
gotta
to, yeah,
understand that.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, I have to understand. I'm just I'm a taste, and at the end of the day, is this what you were wanting today? Is this what you were wanting today? Because at the end of the day, all of this is a choice. To come in to even look at the stream is a choice. Liking it, commenting it, sharing, following, supporting. You know what I'm saying? Sending money, buying merch. All the levels of support are all choices, and they all can disappear like that. And that's why I never complain about that. Because the moment you complain about it, they're gonna be like, I ain't gotta be here. I'm out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like that's the one thing I wanted to hit on that was just like everybody's palate is different. And just because they like your style of content, you may not be that flavor that they wanted that day. They might want a different flavor. Doritos, all these other joints got different flavors of chips. Some days they might want the Cool Ranch. Sometimes they might want that nacho cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the Cool Ranch. You're the nacho cheese. They're going to pick what they want. And everybody's
Right.
different. And it's okay. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And
I
it's
think
like,
that helps. Yeah, that'll help people just, hey, just because you're on and they didn't come by, don't take that personally. It's a
yeah,
choice for them to drop that like or not drop that like, or come say hi or drop the like and not say nothing. I mean, they still chose to do that.
yeah,
So I've seen people like, well, these people like my shit, don't even come in here. It's like, fuck, like they could have not even liked it at all.
yeah. Like, who are
They
you?
could
Yeah,
have not even liked it at all. But you're bitching that they liked it and didn't come in, or
exactly.
just that. We can go into the other things,
That's
but
another thing.
man,
Yeah,
I think that this first episode, as far as like we know the numbers are low, it's hurting us. It's hurting big time. Middle guys, skies, they're just people just starting. You know what I mean? But I think this is a good source of information that we can be here to provide for people. Like, hey man, we're all going through it too. You don't think Stone Mountain notices that fool has 3 million views and only has 2K people watching him? Think about that shit. I've seen people that do really well and then they're doing really bad, or they still consistent. There's people that we watch that
yep,
and we have in common, like Prime Time. He was like, hey man, this was happening. You can't just shit on a platform because it's not going your way. They gave you an avenue to make a community, to make an income, to do anything, and you're just gonna sit here and talk shit. Or like I've seen Rasta, that fool just went from playing Warzone all the time to playing whatever the fuck he wanted, and he was way happier. Just hearing these big time people, in our eyes,
yes,
they're big time. In our eyes, they're big time because I've been watching those people for a minute, and I'm watching and I'm learning. So if they're saying certain things and they're still providing content regardless, they went from 1,000 people to like 200 people watching them on a consistent basis. You don't think that bothered them too? You
yeah,
don't think that they realize, well, shit, like
yeah.
fuck, I'm just gonna give up? No, they've been doing it for 5 6 years.
They
Like
know the ups and downs.
this is just another dip in their journey. And I think when you see people that are staying the course, that's what motivates me too. If I see people that are doing the same damn thing regardless of what the numbers are
Yep.
and still striving, I think at the end of the day, once everybody falls off that they wanted to do this or thought they were to do this, they push for a certain amount. I feel like if I'm consistent, eventually that people will see like, damn, the Jimmy's been doing this for 4 years and he hasn't stopped.
Yeah, the
I
road to
want,
success gets narrower and narrower
yeah,
as it gets
yeah.
higher. You, it's
It
gonna weed out
just
those people that weren't fit.
And I've talked to Green about this too when he was doing his music thing, man. He was like, man, you meet a lot of people that want to rap and want to go on the road, but then they can't or they don't want. Like the things that you don't want to do is the things that you need to do to be successful. So
Yes,
once you
sir.
start seeing those people that think they want to do it and start falling off, then I'm not trying to talk shit or like I seeing things like that makes me feel more confident knowing that hey, whatever I'm doing is working. Stay the course, Jimmy. Stay the course. Keep putting out your videos. Keep going when you can. Keep your schedule. Do the little things. You know what I mean? Do all that stuff that you enjoy doing, and you don't it's not going to deter what your goal is. You know what I mean? I think that's very
Yes,
important for
sir.
everybody, even in life. You know what I mean? You get hurt or you didn't get the job or things like that. Hey, it wasn't meant for you. What are you going to do about it? You going to sit and cry or you going to just get up and keep going? How many people motivational videos are like that? Fucking fail 7 times, you know what I mean? Again
Got
at
a
eight
bait.
times, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
yes,
just like
sir.
it's fucking true, and this is just like that. If I'm failing and dipping in numbers, I went from making X amount of money to like way more this past 6 7 months. But I think I've been happier and I've been more in my zone
Hmm.
when I stopped worrying about the numbers and the money. The money that comes in, I say it all the time to the people that donate, and this is just me. I don't do it for the money, but it fucking helps. I can buy games, I can do this, I can do that. And that's just
Yeah,
me personally. So when it comes to that and I'm able to still stay my course, that helps me knowing that hey, I'm doing all right. If
exactly.
everybody else is doing shitty and still going forward, we're doing all right. So I want to follow and keep in contact with the people that are, yeah, I am struggling. Hey, Miko, you're struggling. Hell yeah, this is struggling. But I'm not saying, hey, you know what? I'm just going to stop streaming because I need to go work full time. Like, no, I still want to provide and still do this. But if I need to cut back on certain things because I need to provide, you're not giving up on this because this is still a dream, a goal. And just like anything else, once it starts getting hard, people don't want to be a boxer. People don't want to be a professional athlete. People don't want to be a musician. Oh, it's getting hard. Nobody's listening to my rap music. Oh, nobody's listening to my beats. Nobody's showing up to my freaking basketball game. You hear all those people say it all the time. You just stay your course and do it for yourself, and everything in the end will work out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you got people that do that stuff. You see like musicians that go into movies and people that are like, like all of a sudden like, yo, now you're making movies. Or I've seen celebrities that are streamers now, and I'm like, wait, what the, like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, it's just you gotta do what works for you. You know
Yep.
what I'm
And
saying? And
whatever
that's
you
gonna
want to do.
be the title of to segue into that to next week's episode because we're gonna try to do something for you guys weekly. All right, and we're gonna stay up with what's going on. Gonna be as consistent. It may not just be talking about streaming. We're gonna talk about a bunch of different mindsets, bunch of different situations, and we're gonna go crazy with it. But the next week's topic is gonna be, yeah, that hurt, but what are you gonna do about it?
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna share like what we're gonna do about it. What
Strategies and different things that we can do to overcome what's happening.
exactly? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep going into that stuff because at the end of the day, a lot of people ended 2022 with a really low mental state. My goal with these podcasts, and I'm sure that you want to do this as well, is I want to elevate that.
Yep.
I want 2023 is going to be a strong mental year because we got a whole year to mind our mental, get that shit strong, get it back to where it needs to be, and use it to motivate ourselves to get where we want to go. You know what I'm saying? And the way to do it is to share your struggles, you know what I'm saying, and learn from other people's
Yep.
experiences and then put it into place and put it into action and get moving. So that's gonna be next week's topic is me. What are you gonna do about it?
Yep. And
You know what
then
I mean?
anybody who's listening that are content creators or people that are coming up or have been doing this are way bigger than us and have want to reach out to us and chime in on certain things,
Let us
please
know.
do so. Because this is we're learning as much as everybody else is. Do like everybody who's listening or watching, we are not saying do this, do that. We are doing this and it's working and it's not working. Like other people have different opinions of what's working for them or not. So you know, don't take our words as a final thing or whatever. We're still learning and we're openly wanting to learn as we're going through this. We're just giving you our opinions, our advice, what's working for us, what we see, what's not working. You know what I mean? So this is
Exactly.
going to be an ongoing theme that we're always going to talk about. 'Cause, hey, remember in January when you said this, Miko, you were fucking wrong. Yeah,
Like,
that
well,
was
you're
the whole
right.
point. Yeah, that was it. I was not informed and I learned after because of this and because of that. I think that's one big thing that I think that both of us are good at is that, hey man, how many times have we said, hey, we did this and it didn't fucking work, and we're sitting there like, fuck, we did all that shit, put it all this time, it didn't work. But we weren't. It just kind of like, hey, you
It's an
take it as a
experience.
less experience and you say,
Yeah.
hey man, it didn't fucking work. You know what I mean? So
But
it
I
is
can
what
never.
it is.
Yeah, I'd rather say it didn't work than say I didn't try. That's
Exactly.
that's
Yep.
something that I always want to put on me is I'm always gonna say I'd rather say it didn't work versus I didn't try
Yep.
because you never know.
Mm-hmm.
One day is gonna work, but
Yep.
you'll never know if you don't try.
Yeah, and maybe I tried it and I thought it was gonna work, and maybe I reassess and try it differently. But you won't know until you try, for sure.
Exactly. So, but yo, man, I appreciate you for your time, man. You know, everyone
Yeah,
that's
man.
listening, guys, you know, definitely make sure you guys tune into these. We're gonna be having these as audio podcasts, be posted on different platforms that we'll be posting for you guys on Facebook or wherever we want to put it. And then we're also gonna be posting these videos on YouTube. So definitely make sure you guys subscribe to these joints and stay tuned. We're gonna put out something weekly for you guys. I'm shooting for Wednesday for most of my platforms on YouTube, and I'm gonna get with you on the Spotify and all that stuff. And then I'm gonna be doing a early access for my supporters on Monday. So we're gonna be
Ooh,
doing this for you guys consistently, because that's my goal too. Is I had a lot of things last year that threw me for a loop, but I'm gonna be more consistent this year. I'm gonna get back in my bag because before babies and all these other things happened, I was very consistent. I was like, I had momentum, and then I fell on my ass. But it's okay. It happens, and you know, family is never a crutch. It's always a blessing.
yep.
So now that you know Remy's older, I'm gonna start focusing on that consistency bag again. This is
Good
step
shit.
one. So thank you for being on this journey with me, brother. I can't wait to see how
Yeah,
many
man.
more
I'm
things we could
excited
chop up.
to put out stuff, man. And
Yeah,
everybody out there listening and watching, thank you guys so much.
for sure.
You know, we get mad love from other content creators, and we might get people that talk shit to us about what we're doing or not doing. I mean, it is what it is. And you said it. We're not everybody's cup of tea, but if you like what we're doing, great. If you don't or get anything out of it, we appreciate your guys' time.
Yeah, for sure. But you guys stay blessed. Don't be stressed, and make sure to mind your mental, protect your peace, and spread the wealth. Much love, guys. Unfortunate
That's what's
one.
up.
Jimmy, we out.
Peace out.